My name is Arman Vakili, and you and I are going to go through the constitutional amendments together. I did a series already on the Constitution, and you can find the link to that somewhere on here. And if you haven't read through the Constitution, I would recommend you go through it. It's a very enlightening experience. And the reason that we're doing this mainly is because if you're a citizen in the States or a resident, and you kind of want to know what you can do and you can't do, what the rules and regulations of the United States are. That's basically what the Constitution and the amendments are. And the second reason, which in my opinion is the more important reason, is for us to know as a people, so for you and I to know as the people, that we actually have the power. The power is to the people. And as we go through the amendments and you go through everything, you'll kind of come to that conclusion yourself as well. And the reason why this is important is because the media, mass media, wants to make us believe that the power is actually in the hands of a select few. And they demonize these people by, saying the rich people are bad or the government officials are bad, whatever side you're on doesn't really matter, right? They do these things because they want our eyeballs, because it's very fun for us to watch these kinds of things and we get distracted. And through the process, we also forget that we actually have the power. It's not these people that have the power. These people are at our service, right? The reason why a government official is there is to help decide what's best for the people, ideally. And it's like business people become successful and wealthy because they are of service to the people. And so for us to understand that the power is with us is very, very important. And then it begs the question, okay, well, what is my power, right? Like, what are my rights? What can I do? And that is why we're going into the amendments together. So amendment number 6 is the right to speedy trial by jury, witnesses, or counsel. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witnesses against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. They say this if you've ever gone to court for anything, they'll usually say something along the lines of this. But let's go into the interpretation. Okay, so in all criminal prosecutions, any kind of criminal, okay, not civil, criminal. In all criminal prosecutions, misdemeanor, felony, etc., the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed. The reason why they say enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial is for most situations, if they have arrested you for some kind of a criminal activity, they're putting you in a holding cell. So you're being held, and to see the judge, to go through a trial, to maybe be granted bail or not be granted bail or what, all of that stuff should be a speedy and public, right? It's public type of a thing, so that for the most part, everything it's in the public eye, and so the court can't say that they did something when they didn't do it, right? By an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, right? So it should have been declared previously prior to the trial that is for this district, to be informed of the nature of the cause of the accusation. So this is why we're charging you, or for what we're charging you. To be confronted with the witnesses against them. So these are the witnesses that we have against you. And you have to declare your witnesses. I think that's actually a very important thing to have done in a court trial or some kind of a proceeding. But then there's also, I believe, loopholes around that as far as like when to declare your witnesses. And you can technically have a last minute witness and declare it the day of the trial. I think, I'm not sure, I'm not a lawyer, but let me know in the comments. To have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor. So if you want to also get witnesses to support you, you can do that. And you can have a due process for that, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. So the statement of if you can't afford counsel, one will be granted for you, If you can't afford a lawyer, we'll give you one. We'll give you public counsel that's supposed to protect you, defend you. But I've always been wary of that. It's like, yeah, but they work for you. It's like, sure, it's kind of like, it's, I don't think it's duress, but it's kind of like duress, where it's like the person that you have assigned to protect me works for you. So, I mean, how can I rely on this person actually really wanting to protect, you know what I mean? Or like doing their most, going out of their way to, anyways. But yes, this was the Sixth Amendment. So it's important to know, right? Again, this is very important to know. This is why it falls under the Bill of Rights. And yeah, so this was the Sixth Amendment, and we're now going to in the Seventh Amendment.